Hey guys, it's Monday. I'm sure you all know what that means. Time for another episode of Rockin' H Woodshop, and today it is clamp wall time, the pinnacle way of organizing all of your prize and not so prize clamps. So, this project is so simple, they should pay me not to show it to you. So don't go anywhere guys, we'll build all of this right now. My clamps, as you've seen, are right beneath my feet here. They are all over the floor. I've really got no place to put them. They're very disorganized when it comes to using them for projects, so that's why we're going to utilize this wall, which is still empty space, just like the wood rack wall that I just filled. All right, now in order to get started, what we first need to determine is how far apart the clamps need to be. So what I have done is measured from the inside of one bar of the clamp to the outside of the next, and that is 1.5 inches, and I'm just going to add an extra 1/4 inch, which will be the gap spacing between each clamp. And we've also measured the depth of the how far the clamp needs to hang inside the rack in order for it not to fall, and I determined that that is probably going to be a good 4 inches, which is well over half the jaw depth of the clamp.
First, just take your board and cut it to 4 inches in width. Next, use your crosscut sled and cut it to 25 inches long. Then just cut your brackets 3.5 inches square. Now we're just going to set up an extension on our miter gauge. Just screw it in place and make sure it flows freely. Next, lay out your cut lines so your clamps can go in. Now just set up a dado blade with a 3/8 inch thick setup and cut each slot. Your zero clearance insert will give you good indication where to start and stop.
Now we are going to mount this on a 2x4 back that's going to be screwed to the wall. Okay there, so as you can see, this is how it's going to look, except flipped upside down, or right side up. However you look at it, that's how it's going to look. To explain what I did is I've taken some double-sided stick tape and I've ganged 2 pieces of plywood together because they're going to be the exact same. And then I brought my ghetto of a drill press up here, and I set the bit depth with a backer block down below, and I put the pieces that I'm wanting to cut right up on top of that, and I set the drill bit depth to where it just kisses this backer block, because I want it to puncture through the backside so I can drill that out. That way it won't leave a whole bunch of splinters and tear out on that really thin veneer on the back side. So you just flip it over and then drill the other side.
Now this portion you can most certainly just use your saw blade. The only reason I'm using my dado is because it was still set up from the last time I used it.
Well, it's officially another night, and I have taken the time to paint up the brackets blue and the rest of the brackets, I guess, black. So this is the part that'll hold the clamps, this is the part that'll be mounted to the wall, and it's going to match the overall theme of the shop. I'm telling you, this shop's going to look pretty cool when it's done. I'm going to let this dry overnight, and then tomorrow we'll go ahead and get them put together and installed. Well, since I have 5 of these to put together, I'm just going to show you how to put one together and then just multiply it by 5. Pretty simple. There you have it, one fully assembled modular clamp rack. So ready for mount on the wall. We just need to locate the studs real quick, screw one down, and then decide which ones I want to adjoin it to. So we'll do that next. Well, a problem I ran into installing this one here is the problem I thought was going to happen over here with the lumber rack. These studs are not 16 inches apart. For some stupid reason, they're not. This one in particular, is 18 inches apart. So you can't just go off measurements. You can't just measure 16 inches and hope you get it right. Every time I use my stud finder, I always put a hole in the area where I'm going to mount something, and if I hit a stud, great, I mark it. If I don't, it's going to be covered up by what I'm mounting. So little tip, always look for your stud with a stud finder, and then make sure that you're going to hit one and your stud finder wasn't lying to you. One thing about this is for sure is that trying to figure out where to hang these to make it the, I guess, best place for them to go. The only way to really tell is to just put your clamps in as you go and see where they kind of fall. Not literally, of course, but you know what I mean. Now this particular rack I made just with a flat top that I can just clamp all my little quick grips and insignificant hand clamps to, including my C clamps as a matter of fact. And these are pretty simple to make. There's no finger joint kind of things that you have to cut out for anything to slide in. So these are real easy. Okay, as you guys can see, clamp wall is installed, and I must say that it looks pretty grand to me because I've never ever had this kind of organization in my shop before. And just to see one wall completely organized the way my shop is going to be intended to look like, it just really excites me. So if you guys like this project and you think you might want to install it in your garage, be sure and like this video and send me pictures of your shop if you intend to use this type of system. I'd love to see what it looks like. Don't forget, anytime you subscribe to my channel, you will be alerted anytime I upload a new video to my channel. And I have new videos every Monday, usually in the morning. So until next time, guys, we're gonna start on the table saw, I hope. So I will see you then. Goodbye and take care. And happy birthday to me, Big 34. Woo!